Mr. President, we thank the Special Representative of the Secretary-General, David Shearer, for his briefing on the situation in South Sudan. Russia supports the work of the Blue Helmets and your good offices, which are an important component of the efforts of the international community to stabilize the situation in South Sudan. We are grateful to those countries that contribute troops and police to the UN mission. We have taken note of the assessment of the humanitarian situation shared with us by the Under-Secretary General, Mark Lowcock. We have taken note of the report on the work of the 2206 Committee in 2020. We would in particular like to note the professional work of the Permanent Representative of Vietnam as chair of this subsidiary organ of the Council. Mr. President, the revitalized agreement to resolve the conflict in South Sudan is working, and the parties are committed to implementing their agreements. Yes, there have been some issues with their full implementation, but it's important that the South Sudanese are demonstrating the political will to find common ground. We were encouraged to see that on the 9th of December, the head of state and vice presidents adopted a number of key decisions, including forming the governments of 9 states, establishing governing bodies at the county level, and the intention to begin to form both chambers of the transitional parliament. We hope that the implementation of the transition period agreements will continue, including in those areas where there are delays. Only the parties' full and comprehensive implementation of their obligations will help increase the level of mutual trust and avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. Mr. President, we are seeing a steady return of South Sudanese refugees and internally displaced persons to their places of permanent residence, which is primarily thanks to the implementation of confidence-building measures and contacts between the conflicting parties on the ground. The conditions of the ceasefire must continue to be upheld. We urge those that have not signed the revitalized peace agreement to rally to the state-building process. In this context, we note the important mediating role played by the Sant'Egidio community. Mr. President, without question, a leading role in the South Sudanese peace process should be played by those in the region. We welcome the efforts of IGAD and the African Union embodying the principle of African solutions for African problems. We would like to stress the normalization of relations, including through restored economic links between South Sudan and its neighbors, which should have a positive impact on stabilization in the East Africa sub-region. In conclusion, we would once again like to underscore that progress in the South Sudanese peace process was achieved thanks to the political will of the parties and the efforts of regional mediators, rather than as a result of sanctions pressure, not to mention unilateral restrictions. We trust that in accordance with Security Council Resolution 2521, benchmarks will be elaborated to review the sanctions regime with a view to adapting it to realities on the ground. Thank you for your attention.